They're on the Michigan City 45. Young, all by himself in the backfield. He wants to throw. He goes to his left and it's intercepted. Buskirk across the 50. He has a convoy. He's across the 30. He has one man to meet. He gets a block and Buskirk with the pick six. Because it looks like he was still on the defender as the ball was rolling away.
Yeah.
Hart dropping back. He's going to go deep downfield and it's caught by McKinney. McKinney 10-5 touchdown.
They have no answer for that.
Zaire McKinney having himself a career night.
And another great throw.
A 60-yard touchdown pass. Trin Hart to Zaire McKinney. And it's a 2-possession lead for Michigan City. He starts to become very cautious of what's going on around him. He starts getting out. Hand off up the middle. It's taken away.
Stole the ball.
And Calumet is going to have a fumble recovery for a touchdown. What a play by Dalen Simpson. Region behind Michael Hill of Maryville and Kellen Hosick of Valpo has 3 passing touchdowns tonight. Fake to Thurman. Throw to McKinney. And McKinney's in a foot race. He is gone. Touchdown Wolves. It's weapon. Hart. Dropping back, looking to his right. He wants to push it downfield, and it's completed, and Laurent will go into the end zone. 5 passing touchdowns for Trin Hart. Balance. They fake, and Hart will keep it. Going to the right. He has the goal. Cuts to his left, leaps a defender, and gets across midfield. What a nice run by Trin Hart. We've talked about Trin Hart's throwing ability, but he had some lengthy runs against this Chesterton defense.
That play seems to work every time that they call it. He reads it. He sees the defensive end bite, and there's a big alley there for him.
He gets to the 41-yard line, and it's another key by Hart going to his right. He stops, gets hit from behind. A big hit.
Hart keeps it again.
That was Gabe Violo that tackled out Hart from behind, and 6 more yards on a keeper for Trin Hart. And he has the 1 touchdown today for Michigan City, a 1-yard run after so many attempts at the goal line.
Let's see if they keep it on the ground.
They're at the Chesterton 35-yard line. A couple receivers moving around. And they're putting Trin Hart empty set, and he's going to fake it, keep it himself, going to his right, gets a couple more blocks, and he just falls over, protecting himself, gets to the 30, and it's another first down.
That's good for a city.
And that first down is brought to you by 4 Seasons.
Is this one of those? This is a situation where if it's not broke, don't fix it. Let's see if they stay with it. It's been
3 plays, 3 runs by Trin Hart. Almost like Chesterton feeding it to Andrew Govia. The referee's blowing the play dead, and it looks like something's on the field. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a towel?
Thankfully, it's not yellow.
But that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Hart hands it off. This time won't keep it. And trying to go outside is Evans. Evans makes a man miss, gets around the corner. About 3 or 4 yard gain. But if you're getting 3 or 4 yard chunks every time you put the ball on the ground, you'll gladly take that and milk some clock off.
Yep. Looked like they had him pinned in, but he beat him to the corner, was able to turn it up, and got some positive yardage out of it.
The way I look at that 3-headed monster is Evans is the speed, Fields is the power, and Thurman is a mixture of the 2, more of a balanced back.
It makes it hard to defend. You have to defend the whole field.
But for Trin Hart, the quarterback, he's looked at times a better runner than now the 4 of them. Handoff up the middle, spinning is Laurent. And Laurent gets to the 35. 25 correction, about a 2-yard gain. About 3rd and 5 right here for Michigan City. They've done nothing but run it on this drive, and a bit curious here to see if they're going to throw it.
Well, again, I think you can constitute this as 4-down territory, so.
You have 4 receivers to the right, and it's a handoff. McKinney Gets ahead of steam. He's dragging a man with him. Makes a man miss. And Zaire McKinney with an electrifying run inside the 10. First and goal for City.
That was just pure speed by McKinney. It looked like the defensive end had crashed down in a jet sweep and was in position to make the play. He just beat him around the corner.
So much speed on this Michigan City team. Might as well give it up to Zaire McKinney. That was a similar play they ran earlier that denied them at around the goal line. That time, it paid dividends, and they got a lot of yards on that one play. They mark it at the 7. Thurman going to his left. Thurman gets a block. Thurman into the end zone. Michigan City with the touchdown, and they take their first lead of the game. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Calumet Tech High School as the Region Sports Network presents live coverage of Indiana high school football as the Whiting Oilers take on the Calumet New Tech Warriors. I'm Andrew Miles, now the play-by-play for all of tonight's action, and joining me with the color analysis of tonight's game is Nick Russ. Good evening, Nick.
Good evening. It's a wonderful night for some football here in the northern section of Lake County. Crowd's starting to file in. Looks like it's going to be a good game here we have on our hands.
Yeah, Calumet versus Whiting. Whiting coming in at 2-3. They're 1-1 in the Greater South Shore Conference. Calumet, they're 4-1. They're coming off a huge victory. They took down Theo Bowman 52-16. And in that game, Nick, we saw their running back Bryce Brandon run for 304 yards. That guy's a stud.
Yeah, it was an incredible performance last week. It was one-way traffic for this Calumet Warriors offense, mostly on the ground. It's going to be up to the challenge for the Whiting Oilers to try and contain that explosive firepower they have in the backfield.
What's also going to be interesting for Calumet is they are starting Jaden Campbell, a 6'3 freshman. It's his first ever start as Calumet just trying to find some answers from the quarterback position after Brody Moeller went down with an injury.
Exactly. You don't want to be too one-dimensional, especially as you get more towards the postseason, because you'll eventually come across a team that will probably try and figure out your running game. So it's good to start having those extra weapons in your arsenal to be able to widen your playbook, because not only does a passing game open up your runs, but also you might discover it's a freshman player. We're not sure exactly how he's going to perform, but this is perfect time against a conference foe to try and figure out some things as we head into the second half of this season.
The only stats we have for Campbell is -3 rushing yards. He's yet to even throw a pass just yet in a high school varsity game. On the other side, for the Whiting Oilers, they had a tough loss on Saturday against Lake Station. They lost 36-28 to snap their 2-game winning streak. Nick, it's also interesting for Whiting because this is their first road game since week 1 when they lost to North Newton.
It's crazy how that worked out. I'm wondering who's making the schedule there. So that already tells me that their second half of their season is probably going to be mostly spent on the road as they're here at Calumet New Tech High School. And that can be a little bit different, like riding on the bus, especially as you get further away, because Whiting, as we all know, is the most northern west team in the state. So they always have to travel somewhere whenever they have to go. So there's no way around that.
Well, if you like running the ball, this is going to be your game. We already talked about Bryce Brandon for Calumet. Demetrio Lopez, on the other hand, has also had a fantastic season. He had 126 yards in their loss with 3 touchdowns. On the year, though, 90 carries, 754 yards. He's a 5'7 senior, and he's got some big men up front that can clear him a path.
And that is the big key for this Whiting Oiler offense, is dominating the trench up front with the offensive linemen, being able to open up those holes for Lopez, and it starts and ends at the beginning of the line for every team, both for Calumet as well, because you saw how successful their run's been. And it looks like we have our anthem.
Yes, so we'll step aside. We'll come back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.